No, hello, this is Laurent Chola speaking. Well, thank you for inviting me to the second round. We have 5 minutes, lot of questions, and a short presentation to support the answers. So the very first item was around student-centered and future orientation pedagogy. And here is how I would like to structure the framework. The first one, and I know it's a no-brainer, is to build a set of courses that would enable the students to be very good at digital marketing. The second is really about building the passion and the curiosity so that for the students it will be more than just a course. And the third item, more aligned with the 2030 strategy that you have, is how to make a living out of it. Let's have a very quick deep dive into what it means to be good at. So it's all about building the expertise, and the expertise for me would have three main items. The first one is about building the foundations, and you have here listed a list of some modules that could be very well used as an introduction to the topic of digital marketing. On top of this foundation, you would have set of specialized courses or more deep dive expertise, either those that we will be doing ourselves and that would build the reputation of the institute, or that we would get from other institutions and academies through partnering and partnership. And then, of course, because it's applied science, it's all about being very concrete and hands-on. The third one would be really to work on how to validate this foundation, how to validate this deep dive expertise through some very concrete validation module or validation modules. The second item on how to build the passion and how to inspire and to nurture the curious mind for the students would be really to get them in direct contact with how digital marketing is really applied and perceived and run with some very concrete companies and acute business cases. And again, you have here a list of given specific areas and given companies where the whole purpose would be both for this company to give an overview about how they are using digital marketing, what is their role, what is the strategic objective, what are the constraints, the opportunity that they would see, but also by having something very interactive with the students, really helping the students to get inspired about what this company is doing, getting also a proper understanding about what it means. And if you have those guest lecturer, which would be coming from very prominent company, starting to build your network with those companies. And it's very interesting to see that out of the list of company I have here, some of them have internship of graduate program. And it would be for me a very good fast track opportunity for some of the students that once they get the passion and understanding about what it is, for example, what is the purpose of a liquid studio, understand what it is and have an understanding about and get inspired by it and get a network about how to jump into it, knowing that a company like Accenture's internship and graduation program, it would be a very natural bridge between the learning and the professional life. The third item is how to make a living out of it. So really, again, being very concrete and down to earth. As I mentioned, the notion of fast track to internship and graduation program is one of the aspects. The second, how to make a living out of it, well, it's also how you make sure that the validation or the diploma that you get from the institute has value. So it's really, for me, a key aspect would be for the students to be really hands-on in supporting and shaping the 2030 strategy, in making sure that the diploma they would get from the institutes would have a certain value and be recognized, which means for the students to be very active in shaping the digital strategy of it, to support in increasing their reputation, but also to build the business case or to build the kids cases and the study cases to show that once you have the diploma from Hamenina Applied Science Academy, it means something. Then, of course, graduation is only one aspect or one part of your professional journey and your learning journey. And to make a living out of it would means also that you have a lifelong ability to learn, to be and to remain relevant in the business world or in the job market. And for that, I would also very much recommend and have a focus on this continuous learning, both from the alumni, but also from individuals or companies who want or need to intake new competence and technologies, but also opening that up continuous learning and e-modules to partner academy. Then enhancing enterprise cooperation. Well, as I mentioned, three big elements. The first one is to have this fast track bridge between learning, internship, and graduation program. I mean, it's a fast route to really get the students jumping into the job market. The second is really about building the reputation. I mean, if you start to be known for something and to be very good at it and to have a deep expertise, the cooperation with companies who are seeking this type of expertise would come very naturally. And then the third one is to make sure that as part of building this reputation would be to promote the academy itself and making sure that it is visible and recognized for the well-identified element it wants to focus on. And I have here at the bottom of the slide a couple of examples of competence center of acute role and topic that could be the one the institute would be recognized for. Internalization and modern learning. Well, again, I mean, I know repetition makes it perfect, but once learning is all about, and digital learning is all about being part of an ecosystem. And when you start to know what you want to focus on, what you want to build your expertise and your reputation on, partnering with company or some other institute and academies becomes very natural, because you can really start within a given frame, say that, well, this is the value proposition, or this is the distinct expertise that we are going to bring as part of the larger program. Which means that instead of just having e-learning modules that are popping up here or there, you would really be able to build, as part of this network and ecosystem, a coherent frame for the students or the people who really want to learn and to increase their knowledge into a given domain area. And what the student would get out of this item is, and that is very important, is the proper validation of their learning and the participation to these courses. That was short. It's 5 minutes. It's a bit of a sprint. Lot of text, lot of slides, but I hope it gave a bit of an overview about how I would like to build those courses, and I'm really looking forward to meet you to further discuss. Thank you. Bye.